Hello, Wham listeners. I'm Edwin Hoffman, host of Speaking of Art. Join me Saturdays at 3 p.m. We'll circumnavigate the world of art with lively interviews with renowned artists, collectors, dealers, museum directors and curators, writers, actors, musicians, and philanthropists. Close to home or far afield, we'll visit museums, galleries, and historic sites. We'll explore the lives of famous artists and their times, discuss current trends in art, architecture, design, and antiques collecting, as well as ways to grow and protect a collection. But the main component is you, and what you can take from the show to enhance the creativity of your life. Speaking of Art is one of the great conversations in your week, lively and full of relevance. So nestle into an overstuffed chair and join our room full of connoisseurs every Saturday at 3 on Wham! Talk 1600. Speaking of Art, it's about civilization, yours.
When your major home appliance stops working, do you want to fix it? No. You want someone who knows what they're doing, and that's not you. It's MasterTech. Bill and Joe Henderson at MasterTech have been taking care of people in Ann Arbor and Southeast Michigan for over 30 years. They've been to my house many times and always solve the problem. They do both residential and commercial work and treat their customers and employees like family. Their technicians are friendly, knowledgeable, and on time. Stop by at 1919 Federal Boulevard in Ann Arbor off Stadium by the post office. Open weekdays 8:30 to 5 p.m. and even on Saturday from 9 to 2. Or call 734-662-0641. That's 734-662-0641. You can also visit their website at mastertechappliance.com. That's mastertechappliance.com. And tell Bill Linda says hi.
Thanks for tuning to catch our drift here at the Wham Talk 1600, 734-822-1600. You can call into the show. And I'm going to bring up something right now before we move on to the stuff I had prepared was, speaking of DACA, right, because it keeps occurring to me that, you know, and I'm seeing the threads, no amnesty, no DACA, whatever. And I guess I don't want to paint the giantly broad brush. I think so many, when they talk, how many DACA kids? 500,000 or something?
I thought it was like 250.
Whatever it is.
250,000, yeah.
Number one, I don't believe all of them are appropriately should be Dreamer kids. They're not. Not all of them. There is a percentage. I don't know what that percentage is. And I will hope to goodness that the president, that the Republicans will take a look at, when they look at DACA, and if they're going to do something, say, you know what? There's got to be qualifiers. The kids have to be a certain age. You have to have them documentation. They have to be young. Mm-hmm. A 19, 25-year-old is not a dreamer. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? There's just some things.
And no chain migration for them.
No chain migration. And you know what? There's always, for those people that are here, you know what? Work with the military. Serve some time in the military to get your citizenship. I think that's all. If you're a lover of America, you really want to be here, you should be willing to spend that time devoting yourself. And I don't think of any better place than our military. You know what I mean?
Oh, frankly, I hate to say this. I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in conscription, but I think that the draft actually...
I agree 100% because I wish I had put in my time. I have one regret in life, just one. I wish I had put my 2 to 4 years, whatever, in the military. I never did because when I was a younger man, I was greedy. I wanted to get a job. I wanted to make money. And I wasn't as patriotic a kid as I should have been, you know, which is kind of odd because my childhood, it's just odd. I'm really surprised. And by the time I was like, I want to serve, I was too old, you know, unless I go in as a chaplain.
Yeah. Well, you can do anything you want to do.
Maybe I should. My kid's almost out of school. He don't need me no more. Maybe I'll just go in as an old man and become a I don't think I'd make it through boot camp now.
No, you could be a political officer. No, our military doesn't do that. That's right. That's the other guys.
Right. They probably would have if we'd had Hillary in much longer.
That's true, too. But you wouldn't have made the cut.
Yeah. 734-822-1600. Give me a holler. Let me know how you feel about the DACA thing, because there's going to be some kind of a deal cut. I think we all know that. The Republicans are too weak to say, absolutely no DACA.
Well, you got to buy votes. You got to buy votes from the Dems.
You got to buy some votes.
It's not the 51 because of McConnell. So, and even then, I'm not sure you get enough Republicans to get 51.
Next week, we'll have Tim on, Congressman Tim, and we'll make sure we ask him what he's thinking. So don't let me forget. We want to get the skinny on what's going on with DACA, because I know something's going to happen. A deal's going to be made. People are going to be angry on both sides of the aisle and both sides of the issue, and I know that's going to be a problem. But
the argument is that they're stranded here, right? The argument is they're stranded. All they know is America, all right? So fine. Then all you do is you cut them off. You say, you are it. You don't get citizenship ever. You get to stay here. You don't get citizenship. You violate the laws, you go. But you get to stay legally. But you don't get to bring grandma and grandpa. You don't get to bring in the cousins and the chain migration thing. You just get real strict on it. You say, okay, you want to feel sorry for these kids? Here's how you're feeling sorry. They get to stay. Yeah. And that's all they get.
Right. But then again,
I mean, politics is
they're here, they stay. You don't. Well, I'm big on,
and they got to vote Republican, and they got to vote Republican.
Only if we could do that, right? Yeah, part of me is like,
maybe they don't get the vote. They're not going to be citizens. They don't get the vote.
Yeah. Well, but again, if they were brought here as a baby, right? What are you going to do? It really isn't their fault if they are brought here.
Not their fault, so they get to stay.
If you're kicking the mom and dad back, the baby goes back. That's the fair thing to do. You don't want to break up a family, right? But if you're going to allow the parents to stay,
they don't get citizenship
and never get their citizenship because they broke the law. The kid maybe should have the option of do your 2 years in the military and you can get your citizenship. I don't know. There's got to be a way to do it.
Yeah,
right?
if they did the military, they deserve the citizenship. That's something we give foreign nationals. So.
Well, the big thing for me though is get the doggone wall built.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Let's tighten the border to the point where we don't have hundreds of thousands of people walking into the country.
We should think about doing a GoFundMe on the... Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
We did. Well, I saw an article the other day that said there was a lot of Middle Eastern people that are these dreamer kids. They're not just the Hispanics coming from Venezuela and Mexico and whatnot. And I thought, well, that's pretty scary, man. All of a sudden we've got Middle Eastern people that we can't track. There's no way to track them coming through Mexico. That's the spookiest thing for me.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, so I don't know. All right, so let's move on. The big breaking news last night, and we said this, right? Remember when Anthony Weiner's laptop got seized, right?
Friday night dump.
The Friday night dump.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, they wait till Friday night on a holiday weekend, and it's going to hopefully be dead by Tuesday for them, as if the Soviet-style media would pay attention anyhow.
I don't think this one's going. Looking at Twitter, I mean, I still believe the pedophile thing is going to come out, and it's going to come out big, because I believe those reports that the New York City police that were involved in the seizing of the laptop, and they saw the stuff that was on there, and many of those guys in the department were threatened by federal authorities not to say a word. And they actually used like some extortion because of other guys that were in that they were going to punish in different ways. So I think you're going to see that. And thank God for Judicial Watch, right? Tom Fitton's doing a great job out there. I got to get more of his stuff on. I used to put a lot of it on the Daily Drift, and I've kind of gotten away from doing Judicial Watch. But great company, doing a lot of investigative work. And why we have to force our government to give us that information.
Why do we have to force Trump's administration? That's the problem.
Well, I think part of it, the house has not been cleaned yet.
Not yet.
You know what I mean? And that's the hold
like
up.
Rick said the last hour. New Year's, clean the house before the next year.
Clean the house. Well, I would I want to see Jeff Sessions get on the stick and take care of business.
Yep.
All right, well, there's the hard break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the DOJ and the FBI and this scourge that's running in our federal government. We'll see you all on the other side.
Don't you wish that you could cry? Don't you wish I would die? See me, see some kids, child.
People are always on the move, driving to work, hauling the kids to practice. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for intelligent conversation with hosts like Joe Pags, Glenn Beck, Fayron X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600 and whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. It's forecast to be the coldest New Year's Eve on record in Times Square, where security is super tight.
Obviously, 2 terror attacks over the last 2 months here in New York City. So obviously, security is expected to be and will be tighter than it's ever been for this event. Vapor wake dogs will be sniffing out for bombs in the air and on people. There will be police officers and observation sniper teams all in the hotels and office towers overlooking Times Square. That in response to the Las Vegas shooting, obviously the worst in U.S. history.
Fox's Brian Yanis. A 3-year-old boy playing with a kitchen stove is believed to have started this week's fire in a Bronx, New York apartment building. 12 people were killed. This man lost his sister and her granddaughter.
She was on the phone and telling her, and my niece was telling her to get out.
That boy and his mom are among those who survived the blaze. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing care facilities you've ever seen. All WellBridge locations offer a resort-like atmosphere, and their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. Here's former patient Evelyn Danielson from Brighton.
It was excellent. It wasn't only just the physical part of it, doing your exercises with them. It was the RNs, even down to the kitchen people that came in and said, "What can we fix you? What do you like? We'll try to do it for you." And everything with a smile. I couldn't get over. I would heartily recommend WellBridge.
For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge. In Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team, WellBridge invites everyone to learn more about them at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I am a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. Try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoeshealth.org/MBI to learn more.
The beginning of you and I.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to catch our drift. Even Derek's liking my music, aren't you, Derek? That's why he's letting it run a little bit. He's like, I'd rather listen to the music than listen to Gary talk. Now, so that, good stuff, isn't it, Derek?
Yeah, that's got a pretty good beat.
I've got the beats down, man.
Yep.
One of these days, I'm going to get the midnight show. Theron will give me a midnight shift, right?
Gary's Beats.
And Gary's Beats. There we go.
Right after London Calling.
So, you saw the end of the week, Nunes finally came out ripping the DOJ, ripping on the FBI. And this is where I'm so mad with Attorney General Jeff Sessions. They are not responding to the intel committees with documentation that they've been asking for since August. They're declining interviews. And you just got to say to yourself, how do these federal employees that we pay their paychecks, we pay their benefits, we pay their paychecks, their retirements, and they're refusing to answer questions, they're refusing to sit down and talk to the American people, they're refusing to talk to our representatives in the House and the Senate. And this is an outrage. And so Chairman Nunes, Devin Nunes, has given them until January 3rd, I think, to bring. Now, what's going to happen? That's what you always got to.